So in town, the party purchased a birthday gift for Arabelle. We didn't know she was missing at the time, by the way. So we picked up a gift for her at Blinksy's toy store, where we discovered that Isaac, the Burgomaster feared enforcer, the guy with the demon arm, had commissioned an eerie doll resembling Ireena in full plate armor. At the encampment, they learned that Arabelle had been missing for about 2 days, and a decapitated body, identical to a living camp member named Jan, had been found near the Luna River alongside a mysterious signet ring bearing symbols of evocation and necromancy. Casimir, the scholarly desk elf leader, could not identify the ring despite his extensive arcane knowledge. And the Stani brothers, Lavash and Aragal, enlisted the party's help to find Annabelle, warning them to keep their association secret for the Burgomaster, because he pretty much banned the Vistani from Vallaki. On return, the party visited the St. Angel's Church, where Father Lucian revealed in private to both Gravid and Torinn that the bones of St. Angel had been stolen 3 nights ago.
I was muted. Sorry. Yeah, it was Jynx and Torinn. I kidnapped you, Connor, just so you know.
So at that point, removing the hallowed ground protection that kept the Vallaki safe from Strahd and other dark forces, with the feast day rapidly approaching. So pretty much we lost the bubble. Meanwhile, the rest of us, being Graven, we found Ireena and the heavily intoxicated Ismark at the Blue Water Inn. We had gone there to ask for her assistance in getting into the Burgomaster's house so that we could look at the library to find out if we could look up the symbol of the signet ring. She agreed to use her status to help us get in there. But now the party faces multiple urgent crises.
Crises?
First, finding Annabelle before it's too late. Recovering the stolen bones before the feast day. Finding out the truth behind Isaac's disturbing obsession with Ireena. We left off just as we all had congregated back together without Ismark, because we left his drunk ass in the bar. And then all of us were in the street, because the next step was to go to the Burgomaster's house, I believe.
Yeah, we wanted to stop there because it was something that we felt like you needed to be there for, you know.
Or we could get into a fight and ain't nobody trying to do a wizard on top of everything else, bro.
Yeah. All right. We ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Reckon.
Okay. So, we left off. You all had essentially asked Ireena to come with you guys to the Burgomaster. Did you all explain that you're trying to get into the library? I think you did, right?
We gave her the rundown on why we need her and what we were trying to do when we get in there, yeah.
Okay. She would, I don't remember if I did it or not, but as you all come up to the actual mansion, I'll describe it here in a second. You all can see the mansion. It's probably about 200-300 yards away or down the road. Ireena kind of stops for a second. Says, I understand why we're here. I would just recommend we don't say anything about exactly helping the Vistani. If anything, we could say we found this ring and we're just trying to get a little more information. With the Burgomaster himself, boasting his ego goes a long way. If we show interest in his amazing library, guaranteed he won't ask other questions.
Lavash told us not to mention that we were working with Vistani already.
Yeah, she nods. She says, I figured as much. I just figured I'd mention that before we go in. And with that, you all come up to this worn-out mansion. This mansion has walls of plastered stone that display many scars where the plaster has fallen away from ages of neglect. Drapes cover every window, including a large arched opening above the mansion's double entrance doors. As you all approach, Ireena kind of takes the lead and walks up to these double doors and grabs this bat-shaped knocker. And 1, 2, 3. About 30 seconds go by. She hits again. And you hear footsteps getting louder. The doors slowly creak open. And in front of you, to greet you, is a human woman, skinny, I would say middle to late, late middle age. I'd say mid to late 40s. Black hair, white skin, porcelain white skin. Wearing your typical black and white maid's outfit. She opens the door. She greets Ireena and said, "Were you supposed to have a meeting, dear?" Ireena shakes her head and says, "No, I have a special request of the Burgomaster. Do you mind if we come in? It'll only take a couple minutes of his time." She says, "Certainly, of course." Opens the door, allows you all to go in. Or you should be able to get in that doorway. Yes. Sweet. As you walk into the main hallway, framed portraits adorn the walls of this grand foyer. So the grand foyer, which features a wide staircase with a sculpted railing. A long carpeted hall attached to the foyer stretches almost the length of the mansion and has several doors leading away from it, including one at the far end. You also notice bundles of twigs are heaped against the walls, on each side of the foyer itself, stacked 3 to 4 bundles high. These aren't by any means small twigs. These are saplings, for I guess a better description, right? But as you all come in, she says, "Just wait here. I'll go get him." Takes a few minutes. Let's see. All right. A couple minutes later, she comes back down and says, "He should be with you within a couple of minutes. If you wouldn't mind, just follow me to the parlor. You all can make yourselves comfortable." And Ireena, her and Ireena are talking. You guys are just kind of there watching this interaction. Clearly, this woman knows her. And she asks Ireena, "Do I need to show you the way?" And she starts kind of laughing. And Ireena says, "No, it's perfectly okay. We have it, Claudia. I'll show myself there." And you all begin to make your way to this room right here. As you will walk in, while the outside of this building looks very worn, the inside is almost pristine. Your wood paneling and trimming is not only in good condition, but seems like it's buffed and polished daily. There's great pride of the appearance of this old manor. This parlor is no different. As you will walk in, it contains a fine array of furnishings and draperies, with an overall feminine touch. As you all walk in, Ireena just says, "Make yourselves comfortable. He's usually pretty prompt when he says he'll be here. Do you all do anything while you're waiting, or are you guys just kind of sitting by waiting for this gentleman to appear?
I'm big chilling.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be doing much of anything just to make sure I don't offend by touching shit I'm not supposed to touch.
Jynx would walk over and sit down on one of the seats, but he doesn't normally sit. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but when the group sits, he usually stands. And he sits down, and it's really awkward. He keeps putting his hands on the seat and like adjusting himself because he's seen you guys do that. He doesn't really know why he's doing it though, and he just keeps moving around in his chair a lot. It looks really, really awkward.
DJ, for your notes, the maid, her name is Clavdia, so Clavdia.
Clavdia.
Yes.
And she's like the maid.
She's the Baron's maid, or the Burgomaster. But I use those two terms interchangeably, but yeah.
Got it.
After a couple of minutes.
So during this time, while we're all sitting, just kind of waiting for him to show up, I'll look at Jynx and be like, Jynx, what we're doing here is we're trying to not make him feel weird. Like the awkwardness of me trying to explain this without making it seem like it's a bad thing, because it's not. It's more of like, let Ireena do all the talking for us unless he asks us a question. And if you feel like I'm going to answer in a way that I shouldn't, or maybe like I should ask Ireena if I should answer it this way. Like,
Jynx would hold his hand up to stop you and say, I understand. I can put my idiosyncrasies away for high stress moments like this. I'm capable of not being my normal irritating self.
And it's just like a look where I'm like,
Sure, buddy. You tell yourself that.
It's your lie, brother.
Hey man, it's just we're not trying to start a fight with this guy. So
I understand. We have a goal.
so we can leave here, unless we have to deal with the creepy shit.
After a couple minutes, you all hear feet on footsteps growing closer. There's multiple, but one of which sticks out to be heavier and more dominant. From the other side of the door, you hear a man just say, "Heal." And you begin to hear the whimpering and the panting of what sounds like two large dogs. The doors open. There in front of you is who I put in the picture. Only his wife's not there right now. But in front of you is this older gentleman in fine red robes with two mastiffs by his side. As the doors open, the two mastiffs come in, and one on each side of the inside of the door just sit. And he walks in, and behind him, the maid closes the doors. And as he walks in, Ireena stands and does like a little bow. And says, Burgomaster, it's a pleasure. He takes a second and looks around the room at all of you all. One by one. And as he's looking at you all, he says, I didn't realize you had company with you. You aren't from around here, none of you. He walks over to one of the mastiffs, petting its head. and goes, just does like a little click with his mouth, almost like giving a command, and these dogs, both one by one, come around to each of you. Not in a hostile manner, but smelling. And Ireena says, these are the ones that escorted me from Barovia. Is this really necessary? And without even looking up at her, just watching as these dogs one by one sniff you all, says, in today's world, my dear, you can never be too safe. Yes, they got you here. Cautions. And he looks at you all kind of as a group and says, surely you understand.
Absolutely.
I'd do the same.
Jynx would chime in and say, looking over at Ireena and say, probably just making sure we're not the scum that's living outside the gate right now.
He kind of just, are we talking about the Vallaki or are we talking about the refugees?
Well, certainly not the Vallaki. This place is beautiful.
He kind of stops and like looks at you. Mechanical creature of exquisite taste. He looks back at Ireena. They seem to fit in well here. I understand why you keep them in company. She kind of just brushes it off like she's clearly trying to like skirt this stupid conversation. And she just kind of like nods and laughs. He says, well, what can I do you for?
We heard that you had a fantastic library, and our studious friend here, and I'll point to Jynx, asked Ireena if we could come in here. And since the rest of us really didn't have much to do, and I'm not into drinking during the day, I figured we would come with.
Sits and ponders for a second. So you've heard of my collection?
Hasn't everyone?
No.
Well, I'm not necessarily sure that's the case, but I have been known to seek out literature that shouldn't be obtainable. Quite a lot of valuable information, I suppose, I have under my control. What exactly is it you're looking for?
Well, it's been my experience that hard to find and difficult to obtain information is one of the best currencies that you can possibly get your hands on.
He nods.
So there isn't necessarily one specific thing that we are looking for in just more general knowledge. Well, I don't want to oversell it and make it sound as though we're here to raid your library or read anything necessarily, but we were told that it was vast and impressive, and figured if we could sit down and talk to you and maybe get our eyes on some things, if I do happen to see something that's new to me or something rare, which I fully believe that it would be, maybe we could have a conversation about me reading the book potentially. Not necessarily borrowing it, but maybe sitting down in a study and spending some time with it, if that's something that you would offer.
He looks over. Give me a persuasion.
Hang on.
Or hold on, persuasion or deception. I'll let you choose which one you want to do.
19.
As he sits and ponders, he keeps looking between you all, his dogs, and Ireena. Ireena's just kind of posted up on the wall. Not hiding by any means, but you all are sitting down and she's just kind of there, right? So without having a reason, you somehow know that I have an extensive library and you want to look at it.
Well, it's a little more nuanced than that. I understand the optics, though. I can see why this might sound strange. We were in town, and I was inquiring as to whether there were any libraries or anything within the city limits where I could go and study or just read in general. So it's a being the mechanical person that I am. It is a common hobby of mine to try and acquire as much knowledge as possible. Uh, in doing the hunting for that library, it was mentioned that you have a very impressive one. If we can't read the books,
And
that's perfectly okay.
he holds his hand up. What you're stating is not wrong. But if I may ask, who told you of my collection? And before you even have a chance to speak, Ireena pipes up. I did. Like I said, after my father's passing, and after being attacked, after Barovia was overrun by Strahd and his forces, well, yes, they were essentially my protection. I did take personal interest in getting to know them, and I'll have you know that Jynx in particular, he loves to read, and he takes that knowledge and he uses it for good. Our cart was destroyed in the siege, and not only did he fix it, he made it immaculate. He truly is just a man of knowledge. And I thought of no better place than your personal collection. After all, the ruler of Vallaki. Anything that he could possibly want to know, you would have. And as she talks, you all watch as the Burgomaster kind of like sits back in his chair and like relaxes, right? And like as he sits there and starts to like stroke his chin, he's literally like visibly just stroking his ego as Ireena's talking. He says, I'll tell you what. I still believe that there's more than you all are telling me, but privacy is a thing and I completely understand. Answer me this honestly. Are you looking for information that would result in ill will?
No, at least none that we're aware of.
Great. I'll make you a deal. And he kind of sits forward. And he very quickly whistles and snaps twice. And both dogs come back around, boom, boom, one on each side of him as he sits down. And he's sitting there just petting both fucking dogs' heads. And like big drool fucking
I was
glob
just gonna
like
say.
just coming out. As he's sitting there petting, he says, I'll make you a deal. You can have full access to my library. But I require something in return. Wait one. He stands up. Both dogs stay exactly where they are. He goes over and like peeks out the door, closes it, locks it, comes back and sits down. Listen, I'm going to be extremely blunt with you all. You all aren't normal folks around here. We can spot you a mile away. You're not the first of your kind here. But every once in a while, I find purpose for parties like yourself. You can have full access to the library if you can help me get to the bottom of what the hell's going on around my house.
How do you mean?
Kind of looks disheveled and almost like he takes a second to like prepare himself to say what he's about to say because he kind of like thinks it's ridiculous. Over the last couple weeks, there have been sightings throughout the house of the other than natural effect. I've heard that there are rumors going around town, and he kind of puts his hand in his head, or his head in his hand, about folks seeing purple lights wandering the upper levels of this house, and I've lost multiple staff members over the last month or so. I mean, hell, I almost even lost my cook. The only way I was able to even convince her to stay was to, and he kind of like takes second breeze in deep, and like you can see he was like starting to get angry and like visibly calm, like physically calms himself by raising her pay. I know what's going on, but surely you understand. I can't possibly have the image of a Burgomaster who's can't even have control of his own manor. I don't necessarily need one done before the other. I can't imagine you all just come into the house and poof, here's your answer. We would have found it by now. But if you will help figure this out, by all means, you have full access to my library. I will state none of those books leave that room.
Sure.
That is all I ask.
I do like a good puzzle. What kind of timeline do you have on this? When would you like it taken care of by?
Obviously, as soon as possible, but I am a man of my word, and anybody who has friends such as Ireena and her brother, I have trust. I'm not going to put a timeline on this. Just understand if you betray me or you do not fulfill your side of the agreement, we do have certain ways of handling that. That's not a threat by any means, and he holds his hands up, but again, man of my word.
I understand protocol better than most.
Before you all leave, would you mind giving me a little bit of background to each of you?
I can give you what I know. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot to give. I'm afraid that
He
memory only
holds
goes
up.
back so far.
He holds up his hand. We'll do it this way. How did you all meet?
How did we meet? Did we ever flush that out?
We just had on a job, honestly. Did we?
Yeah, I
You all
think
had
you're
been
right.
doing.
We've
Yeah,
been
you
working
all.
for. We've
It
been
was.
working together.
You all
for
have been.
over a year.
Right, you guys
Yeah.
had been doing just like odd and end jobs. You all met in Waterdeep, I think, is where it was. Where
Yeah, I
that was
think
your
you're right.
last place, and you all essentially have just been doing like caravan escorts and like any
Little
odds
shit
and ends.
together.
Right,
Yeah.
and you all
Anything to get
just
money.
it's stuck, and you guys have just
Yeah.
been together on jobs.
One of those things that just happened to work, and the crew members each serve a purpose, and it all just kind of shakes out. Okay, I guess one of us would share that with him.
Yeah, I don't need it in game. He just wants to get a little bit of information on you all.
Yeah.
And there's one more thing. I'm sure by now you've heard of our weekly jamborees.
Mhm.
Are we excited? It's in.
Looking forward to attending.
It's going to be very interesting.
Right.
This one is, and like as you all just start to agree with him, he gets a little more excited. But this
He's now erect.
this one in particular should please the Morning Lord. I'm sure you saw all the sticks and twigs. All right, babe, I love you. I'm sure you saw the mess of twigs and saplings out lining the entire foyer. We always have a giant fire. This time, to truly pay respect, since it is a very, very important day from another religious front for the village. I am constructing, and he kind of sits up, a giant wicker sun symbol. Maybe you all have seen it before. Our religious individuals around here wear it. It's half a sunburst. They wear it as medallions.
It's the same one that I have, right?
Yeah.
I would pull it out and just show it to him.
That's it. I didn't realize you were a man of our faith.
I'm learning about it. I wouldn't go as far as to say that I'm a follower, but I am intrigued.
Well, you carry the Lord everywhere you go.
That's what I hear. When you all watch, the people that know Jynx would see like one of his eyes kind of. Usually, when his eyes do like the focus thing, they do it together. Whenever he's like stressed out, though, one of them like twitches, like almost like an eye twitch, right? And they notice while he's saying this, one of his eyes just like.
As this is happening, he just keeps ranting, and he just continues. Well, it'll be a wonderful celebration. The Lord will be pleased. We'll have meats. We'll have incense. Incense, not incest, boys.
Hey,
We'll go aside for a second.
I don't judge, man.
Jewelry and so on, like your normal celebrations with jamborees.
What the fuck?
He kind of like he gets like
wait for AI to
overstimulated
pick
for
up.
a second, and he just says, "The heavens will see our joy and wealth and look favorably upon us."
Good. Does his eyes look crazy?
Yeah.
Of course they do.
All right.
And then he kind of calms down for a second and says, "But through our good spirits, we shall move ever closer to our freedom from this fell darkness." And that is the end goal. All's well will be well.
So is it all right if we're really excited about this festival as we mentioned. We do have some other commitments prior to the festival, but we would really love to come back and tackle this purple light in the attic thing immediately after, if that's okay. Is that an acceptable timeline for you?
That's again, right now it's not necessarily a large problem. I'm sure you can understand that if it becomes an issue, I will seek you all out.
Of course. Urgency can come up at any time.
If you haven't met my right hand man, I'm sure eventually you'll see him roaming through town. His name's Isaac. Gentleman. Looks intimidating. Has a bit of a deformity. But he's to be trusted within these walls. But I will say, and he kind of stops and smirks. If I tell him to do a job, he does the job. I show you.
Okay. We've seen him wandering around town, if I'm not mistaken, but I haven't had the pleasure of meeting him officially.
Next time you see him, feel free to say hello to him. I can't necessarily tell you how he'll react. He's not exactly the most personable individual. But if you say you're on a job for me, usually that goes leaps and bounds.
Okay.
I do have a question for you, though.
Yes.
Just as so that we can start racking our brains on this puzzle.
Thank you.
The question that I have for you, sir, is
Thank you.
when did these purple lights start showing up?
Please go.
So, anyway, what is the time frame of when those things started? That's what I wanted to ask.
I got you. He says that for the last... So he explains that it's been known to him for the last month. But according to his staff, it's been going on for the last 2 months. He goes on to say that servants have seen its reflections in mirrors or darkened windows, and have reported cold drafts, strange sounds, and objects that move on their own volition. He goes on to explain that the mansion's butler and the Baroness's lady in waiting, have already left the Baron's employment, too fearful of the ghost to continue working in the house. That's who he was talking about. He goes on to say that his wife, and her name, because I don't think I've given it to you guys yet, is Lydia Petrovna. So Lydia, and then Petrovna.
Got it.
That she hosts daily lunches with a group of Wallachian women. And have I given you all the Burgomaster's name? Vargas? Have I given you that
Vargas
yet?
Vallakovich.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. But that let me get my train of thought back. That she hosts daily lunches. Sorry, boys. I've only had one beer. It's not even that. I'm just like,
No, you're good, dude. You're good.
That she dyslexia is a bitch. There it is. Hosts daily lunches for a group of Wallachian women who Vargas uses to prepare costumes and decorations for his weekly festivals. Vargas takes a second as he's explaining this, that this is one of the main contributing factors for figuring this out, is he needs these people to continue working, and so these festivals continue to go on, right? You all get the the full idea that he truly believes that these festivals that he puts on are what's keeping the fucking village safe, right? And then he also just goes into a little bit more detail on the cook. She's a dowdy woman. Of course she is. Named Tereska. 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 And that Tereska has seen the spirit most recently. And he obviously convinced her to stay by increasing her pay. Anything else?
Yeah, it would be a question of not to blame anyone in your household, but do you think this could be a play for her to get more money from you?
He kind of stops for a second and says,
Was she the one
listen,
that asked you for money, or did you offer it offhand?
No, I literally offered it in a moment of desperation. If you want, you're more than welcome to go talk to Tereska. She's in the kitchen. But when you meet her, you'll understand that there's not a magical or bright bone in her body.
So the elevator doesn't go all the way to the top.
It's he goes 3/4 of the way.
Right.
But she takes care of everyone here, and she's a lovely woman.
Nope.
That would be giving way too much credit. But she might have information, so you might want to talk to her.
It's just a curiosity. Figured I'd ask you more than anything else. Get the vibe.
Also, I don't really think it needs to be said, but I expect full confidentiality on this manor.
Yes.
I don't need more rumors going out than are already circulating.
Sniff.
Mum's the word.
Splendid. Right. Well, depending on what you all want to do, if you want to go to the kitchen, Claudia can show you that way, or she can escort you up to the library. Unless you have other things that you need to take care of right this second. From here on out, you all have full access to the manor, as long as it's for a reason.
Within reason, correct. Okay. We're just going to wait for our robot friend. I don't know where he went to.
It would kind of validate, I don't know if you guys remember, but when you were talking to Blinks, he said that he sometimes is commissioned from the Burgomaster as well, to make different trinkets and stuff for these fucking festivals. So it's weird. Everyone in the town doesn't they don't hate him, but they don't like him. But at the same time, like, he tries to use the town to do the right thing. You know what I mean? In his eyes.
So essentially, Jynx, we left off by saying he gave us pretty much free reign of the manor within reason. So we can either go talk to Tereska, we can kind of split, and I take Torinn because he has a higher investigation than I do, and Gravin goes with you because you have the higher investigation for the books. That way we can help him while we're helping ourselves at the same time and make this a lot faster.
Okay.
Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
All right. So who's going where?
What is your investigation, Connor? Because I think that the higher investigation person should be the one doing the investigation of the ghost stuff.
+6.
+7, baby. It doesn't have to be that way. It can be either one. I mean, Jynx not going to the library would look weird, so it probably has to
Yeah,
be
I
that
think
way.
you kind of have to go library, so I'll go with X and
Because
investigate
my
this fucking
investigation is shit.
weird purple light shit.
It's a +1.
Me too, buddy.
Better than a negative, my friend. Better than
That's
a
correct.
negative.
Surprisingly, I don't have any of those.
Oh, say I got no negatives. I
Me
got
either.
minimum's +2.
So who's going to the kitchen?
Me and Torinn.
All right, let's do kitchen first. So while Ireena
Yeah.
says that she will show you all up to the library, and Claudia will show you all to the kitchen. Okay. So
Latvia, onwards, madam.
Claudia.
Latvia.
Okay. So as you all make your way down the foyer, Claudia takes you all to the very back of the house, to where there is one single door. And she opens it and kind of steps to the side. After you all. And you all walk into a pretty large kitchen. Nothing crazy going on, but within there, there is a cook wearing a white apron over a black smock. He busses himself in this warm, well-appointed kitchen, and a staircase in the one corner climbs to an upper floor. With that doesn't matter, as you will walk in and Claudia's with you. This guy kind of like looks up at her, and she says, "Where's Tereska?" I'll get her. Hold on. Dude walks upstairs, walks up that staircase. About 30 seconds later, comes down, and behind him is this broad-shouldered. I want you all to go back to Matilda.
The teacher. Yeah.
Just this broad-shouldered, brown-haired, ogre-ass fucking lady.
I just whispered to X, is it a guy or a woman?
Oh, her tits are bigger than basketballs. Like, you could tell it's a chick. It's
God
just like,
damn.
she's just a big woman. Her name's Olga. You know what I mean? It's like one of those fucking situations. And as she comes walking down, Claudia says, Tereska, these individuals just had a couple questions of you, if you wouldn't mind. They're here on the Burgomaster's account. And she comes over and she says, we'll get on with it.
I'm done. We're here to help.
Simmer Donna.
What can I do you for?
I just had to say, all these women sound like Artie is fucking killing me.
Alright. I don't know how to do a manly like. Figured it. I
No,
don't
no,
do
she
women voices.
no, she 100% has that fucking deep woman
No,
voice.
she does. Like 100%.
Like, first of all, take
You look like my next boyfriend.
Like as she comes up, you all can see just like the caterpillar and like the few like wiry fucking whiskers. You know what I mean? You all know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about too.
yes.
Like
So, no more. So the question would be,
dreaded nipple hairs. Sorry, go ahead.
God damn it.
Looking for the shirt.
God. It's tough fabric. So, the question would be ultimately, when did you first start seeing the purple lights? The Burgomaster has asked us to try to help him figure this out.
He only seems to care once he has to pay me to fucking stay. It's been a couple weeks for me personally, but I heard about it for the last 2 months, give or take.
Did you notice anything new come into the house? Like a trinket or something like that that would have been given to him as a gift, maybe?
Kind of like stops and like looks at you. It's like, cook food. Do you think I'm paying attention to what the fuck comes in the house?
Well, did anyone new start at the same time?
No, but I'll tell you what, a bunch of people will be quitting because of this stupid shit.
That's fair. I mean, if I got scared easy like that, I'd run too.
It's not a pleasant thing to deal with. Last time I saw it, I was on the second floor. That's where most of the whispers come to be. With that, through the night, I guess legend says that noises can be heard within the attic through the night as well. But my personal experience was she kind of stops. She says, "What exactly are you wanting to know?"
I guess, apparition? What do they look like?
Why do you want to know?
Might help us find out what it is.
So you all are here to deal with the problem.
That's what he tasked us to do, yes, ma'am.
Well, then why didn't you just fucking come out and say it? Jesus Christ, this could have went so much fucking easier.
I thought we fucking did.
I did say that before, you motherfucker.
I know.
I know. You're trying to listen. I know the stairs don't go all the way, but come on, make a leap. All right.
How tall is this woman?
She's like 5'7".
Okay.
Like she's stocky. She's not tall.
Yeah.
She's fucking stocky.
Do these purple lights mainly appear on the second floor, or they appeared in other places around the manor?
Listen, I've got things to do. Let me just, instead of playing 21 fucking questions, how about this? I just tell you I just tell you what the fuck I know and what I've heard, and then you go on about your fucking way and solve the case, okay?
Would be helpful.
Like, she just gets a thumbs up because I'm like, I will send you through that fucking doorway.
And like,
Well,
as
you might
like,
be big, but I will throw you like a fucking dart through that window.
as she's just like fucking going off, like behind her, you all see this dude who's clearly like a sous chef, right? Like he's the one prepping everything. He's just like, I don't want to be here for this. like, right?
No, you come here as well.
So she tells you, she says, listen, the one that fucking stuck out to me and the one that almost made me fucking leave was, I was just trying to retrieve an old pot from the attic last week. An eerie presence coupled with a cold draft and an unmistakable sound of fucking breathing on my neck made me run down those stairs. I swear I caught something out of the corner of my eye, but when I turned, there was nothing. But I've never experienced anything like that before. I'm not one to be easily scared or intimidated. And like her eyes are just like. She goes on to explain, well, so I don't have to yell at you all anymore.
No, dude, I
She
really want to get pissed off her.
Real close for a gust of wind to be pushing us somewhere, right? Hey, man.
She goes on to explain that the Baroness lady in waiting, who was a very nice but quiet and gentle woman named Valentina, reported seeing the spirit of in the Baroness's mirror on multiple occasions. The Baroness hid the mirror away in the attic shortly after. Valentina described the spirit's appearance as a distorted silhouette of a young woman. All of the servants agreed that its hauntings universally carry a sense of sorrow, loneliness, and longing. A few members of the household enter the attic, or very few members of the household enter the attic anymore, though the Baron's son, Victor, has been known to disappear into it for hours or even days at a time. When he does, Tereska tells you all that she usually leaves his meal on the table by the entrance to the attic and knocks on the trap door to alert him that his food's there. That's what she gives you.
Is he up there now?
Not necessarily to my knowledge. Last I saw him today, he was in his room.
All right, well, that's all. Thank you for your assistance. We'll do what we can.
Well, that would be great. Just know, she kind of hesitates. That boy eats way too little. And seems to strangely isolate himself. Especially for a man or a young man of his age. It's just bizarre that he's been like this for the last 2 months since a strange illness. Huh?
Keep going.
Well, since a strange illness reportedly struck that Wachter girl. I watched her. I don't remember her fucking first name. I don't care. She would spell it for you all. The last name is Wachter.
What's so strange about the illness, if you know?
All I know is it came out of nowhere. It's none of my business. I've stayed the fuck out of it. But since she came down with an illness, he's been very depressed and different, isolating himself. If nothing else, I worry that he will wither away.
Okay. All right. Well, like I said, that's enough of the questions.
As you all start to kind of make your way through this conversation and just depart, she says, hold the fuck on for a minute. If you're actually going to dig into this stupid shit. She goes over, grabs a wooden plate, and puts some bread and cheese on it. Says, you'll find the fucking hatch door to the attic through the master bedroom. If you wouldn't mind, just leave this on the fucking table for him. Knock 3 times. He's up there.
Thank
Okay. So back to the others. All right. Ireena shows you all up the stairs. I need to. All right. So Ireena leads you all to the second floor into the library, where floor-to-ceiling shelves line every wall of this windowless room, and the number of books contained here is nothing short of astounding. A brass oil lamp sits atop a large desk in the center of the room. The chair behind the desk is comfortably padded and has the symbol of a roaring bear stitched into its back cushion.
What else on the desk? Anything important?
Stand by. Stand by.
It's just us and Ireena in here.
It's just you all in Ireena. I'm just checking notes real quick. So on the desk, it just seems to be a bunch of scattered papers, various deals throughout the city. Most of it looks pretty standard for what the Burgomaster would deal with. There's a lot of financial records for paying different individuals throughout Vallaki for their services rendered weekly for the festivals that they have. All of that type of stuff. And there is a leather-bound book that looks pretty old that is also on the desk. That there's nothing.
Okay. First thing that I'm going to do is cast Detect Magic as a ritual.
Okay.
Does anything in the room light up?
Nothing.
Okay.
This is a straight library.
Okay. I would share that information with Gravin and start going book by book.
Okay.
Just looking through everything we can. I'm going to be checking the very top shelf too. I see there's items sitting up there. I'm going to be checking those as well and looking for switches, anything out of the ordinary, anything looks familiar.
Yeah. Give me a investigation. Yeah, let's do investigation.
Do you have proficiency in that, Jordan?
Not at all, sir.
Okay, that's all right. 13.
You start essentially just you pick a shelf on a wall and you're just starting to read the spines and just go through, right? After say about 5 minutes of just kind of perusing through, you do find an interesting book that has essentially it has on the spine of it, it has a tree and then says Wallachian history. As you flip through it, it seems to be some sort of genealogical tome archiving births and deaths of Wallachian families. Names and things of note that you might realize. You see Ireena Strazni, Strazni, who
Erazni.
Yep. Who is the younger sister of Isaac Strazni.
Okay.
And the daughter of Grigory. I'm just going to spell this for you. Grygory.
Grigori.
Yep. And Fatima, or Fatima, Fatima, Strazni. And according to the records, however, Ireena Strazni died more than 18 years ago at the age of 4. With Grigory and Fatima dying shortly thereafter. Gregory and Fatima's death are marked as suicide by hanging, while Ireena's cause of death is marked unknown, and then in parentheses, presumed devoured by wolves.
WUVES.
Wolves.
Whoops.
So, as you all are rummaging through the books, you hear pitter patter and come towards the library. And from behind you, you'll hear, "Oh, I didn't realize we had visitors." And as you all turn around, there is a teenage boy. He's dressed extremely scholarly, holding a leather-bound book in his hand. Immediately, both of you notice that the cover of the book displays the same symbol that is on that ring that you all have.
With the magical school symbols on it as well. Okay. I would look at the kid and say, "Oh, well, hello. We weren't anticipating a visitor. What's your name?"
Well, neither was I. He kind of stands up straight and, my name is Victor.
I'm Jynx. It's a pleasure to meet you.
You too. Is there something in particular that you're looking for? Are you friends of my father's?
Friend is probably an overstatement, but we've recently become acquainted. I heard that he had a beautiful library, and he was gracious enough to allow me to look through it.
Interesting. Surely you all have names. What are they?
I said my name was Jynx.
Then I'm grabbing.
I just looks confused at you all being here.
What seems to be the issue? That book you have there is exquisite.
Oh, thank you. It is. It's my personal journal.
Oh, journal. Okay. Well, I was gonna ask if I could see it, but if it's
Do
a
you
journal,
still-
I'll
do you
respect
still-
privacy?
You still have detect magic up, right?
I do.
This thing is giving off the same radiation as like a spell book. You've seen it within your own party.
Okay.
So like not necessarily a school, right? But like that over encompassing just magical like
Yeah,
this is
it is clearly a magical item. Is it a personal journal or just observations that you make? I'm really it's a really fascinating book. I'd love to look through it, but again, I want to respect privacy as well.
like hardly know you. I couldn't let you look through my personal book. You see it, and he gets a little quiet. It's my personal spell book. I've been teaching myself Arcana.
Oh, I hear you're not supposed to do that here. And Jinx kind of gets down close and starts to whisper a little bit.
It's not so much that we can't do it. You just can't do it in public. Father does not approve. Thinks it'll upset the higher beings.
I see. Can I tell you a secret?
We've barely met, but if you trust me with such knowledge,
I'm going to cast message, and I'm going to tell him I'm a bit of a practitioner myself.
he responds the same way and says, "Clever."
I do what I can.
What's that?
Maybe I could help you with your book. Is there anything you've been struggling with? We have a very powerful caster within our group here. He's not here in the room. Gravin can do some pretty fascinating things, but that kind of magic is outside of both of our purview, I believe.
No, not necessarily. Just I'm looking for something in particular. Just would you mind helping me find a book? I believe by the name of Ethereal Entities.
It's here in the library?
It should be. I've seen it here before. It's a black leather-bound book with red and gold writing and trimming. I just haven't seen it in a couple of years, but there are some things that I'm researching, and if you could help, that would be wonderful.
I think I could do that. I'm going to call Skitter out and explain. Skitter would have heard the description, but I'll ask Skitter to help too. And it'll like flitter away and start scanning books and stuff. And I'll say to the kid, while we're looking, can you tell me what you're researching? And I'll start flipping through books and stuff while we're having this conversation.
You'll see me
Sure.
in one of the bookcases just scanning.
As you guys are all kind of like looking, he takes his book and he has this like side satchel on, and he puts his spell book in it. And he says, "Well, I'm just trying to learn more about the ethereal plane and the creatures that exist. There seems to be, at least from my research here, I'm trying to prove the point that there is a crossover between Barovia and the ethereal plane. I have reasons to believe that some of the creatures that haunt the Slack Woods aren't necessarily from the mortal plane. And this is just one of those books that could be of reference to me."
Understood. Based on some of the things that we saw out there, I think you might be onto something.
That's very possible. You have, and he just starts to like word vomit. You all immediately realize that he's extremely knowledgeable when it comes to like this. It's like the first time you talked to me about D&D. It's just like, yeah, here we go,
Yeah.
right?
I gotcha.
He goes into mentioning, and he's talking to you like you know everything he knows, right?
Sure.
He goes into talking about like ether-born, like natives of the deep ethereal. He goes into phantom folk. He goes into veil walkers who are just visitors of the ethereal plane.
While he's doing this and just word vomiting all over the place,
Mhm.
I'm going to cast message again in the direction that I think Torinn is, and just say, "Hey, we have a visitor up here. Book has the symbol on it. Might need you specifically up here." And I'm just going to go back to listening to the kid.
Connor, roll me a d20.
18.
Stand by. DJ, I'm messaging you something.
Okay.
Connor, I'm going to have you re-roll. Hold on, not yet. You can re-roll. Don't tell me what it is, though. What's your number?
2.
2? Okay. You received the message.
There's something spoopy in this house.
Receiving that message, I would relate to X that they might need me up in the library.
The moment that the kid takes a half of a second to slip a breath in, I'm going to ask him, would you like to speak to our wizard? He is very intelligent, very well trained, went to school for this sort of thing. He can certainly help you better than I can. I can help you find the book, but he certainly understands what you're talking about far more than I do.
As he doesn't even look at you, he's still just going through, and he says, I mean, if he would want to speak, that would be lovely. I would talk to him in a heartbeat. I'm sure there's things that we could learn from each other.
Sure.
I have so many questions.
He's good at answering them. If he doesn't come up here shortly, I mean, he might come looking for us. We've been gone for a bit.
You want me to go with
But,
you, buddy?
we could always go down. He was in the kitchen, if I'm not mistaken, earlier, talking to Olga, I think her name was.
Tereska?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, we don't have anybody by the name of Olga. I've actually never even heard that name. That's a very unique name. Is it Yugoslavian?
What's Yugoslavia?
Exactly. But he continues, and after about another 30 seconds, he goes, "Yes!" and pulls this book. And it is a pretty fucking large fucking book. But he pulls it out, and as the light hits it, think about like opalescent fucking like paint jobs, right?
Yeah.
This thing goes from black to like a midnight blue with like gold fucking flaked through it.
That's cool as shit.
It's not magical in nature, but it is a very high quality, like fancy book. He goes, "Yes, there it is." He goes, "In particular, I'm hyper focused right now on these fascinating creatures called phase spiders." And he just starts word vomiting nonsensical fucking, not nonsensical, but to you it's like, what the fuck? Like, all right, man, like this is fucking cool, like that's kind of cool. And overall, he opens this book and it goes to phase spiders, and as he's like going through, there's like this small subsection, and side note, he just starts to read verbatim, but it goes into discussing the immunities that most incorporeal undead have to elemental, natural, and non-magical weapon damage while on the material plane, as well as the natural means that phase spiders have developed to counteract those immunities through their use of fangs and venom. It also notes, and he goes on further and pushes his little fucking non-existent glasses up, because I finally got to be a nerd. He goes on to note that a spellcaster can deal damage to an incorporeal spirit normally by using a phase spider's fangs as an additional material component to cast their spells, while a material combatant can deal damage to an incorporeal spirit by coating one's weapon and up to 3 pieces of ammunition with phase spider venom and holy water. He goes, and we're just getting started. We haven't even got to the night hags. And he flips like a bunch more pages.
I'm just gonna stand there, and I'm gonna send a message to Gravin, actually, and say, you might want to take a seat. I think we might be here for a while.
I mean, I've already looked at a lot of books, so I probably would go like clean up on the desk, maybe sit in that comfortable ass chair.
I will add with message I can reply, can't I?
You can. You're limited on how many words you can use.
Yeah.
But yes.
I would just, like, when you sent that message to me, I would just replied with read it when I can, because also.
Yeah, you're dealing with shit. I get it.
Well, we got given the food, so it's like, well, we kind of need to fucking deliver this.
And
Who is this person you're talking to again?
Victor.
I don't know. I got his name, but I don't know who he is outside of a name.
What's the name?
I don't remember.
Victor.
Victor.
I'll give you that one. It's Victor.
Thank you.
I don't want to go up there.
He continues, and he frantically starts going through, and he gets to this chapter regarding night hags, and it's titled "Night Hags: The Matrons of oh my god, Malevolence.
Malevolence.
Thank you. I can't
and
say that one.
the other word you weren't saying right is incorporeal.
Yeah, that word. That's stupid. Um, I am just going to send this into chat, and you all can take 2 minutes to fucking read it, because I'm not reading this whole fucking thing. It'll be in general.
Got it.
Oh, nope, it's too fucking long, so it looks like I'm fucking reading it, boys. All right, sweet. Anyways, so hold on, I'm not. I'll give you the cliff notes of it. Hold on, my fucking computer. There we go. So he goes on to read just out loud. Fly and subversive night hags are the epitome of wickedness. They represent all that is evil and cruel to the world and want nothing more than to see the virtuous turn to villainy. Love turned into obsession, kindness turned to hate, devotion to disregard, and generosity to selfishness. And he looks up and he just says, fascinating. And then
A
right
story
back
about
to
a night hag, actually.
He goes, do you really?
I do. I don't know how true it is, but I heard a story about a night hag that was on an island called Chult one time.
Cult, where's that?
Chult is off the Sword Coast.
I'm not familiar. Sword Coast, is it here in Barovia?
It's not. It's very, very far away.
Have you been there?
I haven't, but I've been near. I've been close to Chult. Chult is an island off the coast of the Sword Coast. The Sword Coast is where I'm from.
Well, it's probably best that you weren't there, because night hags are nothing to really mess with. While they resemble withered crones, usually there's more than one, no more than three. They need three to make the coven.
The Coven, yeah.
But mainly, do you know the sole prize of a night hag?
You know, I did at one point, but I can't seem to recall it right now. The story I know of actually has to do with the Coven. There's 3 of them.
You got the ass beat.
Interesting. I don't know much about that, but you are distracting me. And
I
that's okay.
apologize.
No. I love that I finally was able to meet someone who at least shares the same passion in some sort of way of these ethereal beings. Did you know that they have the ability to cross planes into the physical while remaining in the ethereal? It's called ethereal stepping.
I did know that, actually. That's part of the story that I know. They do that and kind of trap people in the ethereal plane.
Rumor has it that when they do this, they infest people's dreams and terrorize them to the point of madness, hoping to get close enough to take hair or, if possible, blood. After all, with the dark magics, hair and blood are the ultimate control.
Yeah, in this story that I know, they got a hold of this one dipshit's hair. The guy was absolutely useless. Did other things other than working with us on the campaign, and ultimately they ended up having to get rid of him. But
Well, he kind of takes the book and closes it. So I apologize. I'm just not used to having other people to talk about this with, and I know it's very different. I won't bore you with this anymore. I'm sorry.
I'm so far from bored. I'm fascinated by these things. If you were willing, I'd really be interested to see whatever spell or ritual you're working on. I do know a little bit about this, and Gravin actually does too.
Yeah.
Our subject matter expert is downstairs at the moment, but I may be able to help you if you're willing to share.
I'm pretty good on the art, but I myself can't do any. Maybe you could teach me something simple.
Maybe.
Olga,
I- I'm not necessarily working on anything at the moment, but if you want, I could show you my workshop.
Yeah, that'd be great. Lead the way. I'm a tinkerer myself. I may be able to help you with that way too.
All right. I thought you were looking for something though.
No, nothing in particular. We're just trying to take in the majesty that is this library. That's all.
Well, it is quite a lovely library.
Indeed, it is. I was almost overwhelmed when I stepped in. I particularly love the smell of old books. There's something to it.
It's wonderful, isn't it? You can just
Indeed.
smell knowledge.
Indeed.
Well, certainly we can go up. It is in the attic. I just have to warn you, I'm not taking you up there to hurt you. That's just where I do most of my studying.
Yeah, no problem at all. As soon as I say no problem at all, I'm casting a message back to Torinn again. And letting him know we're headed to the attic to go to this kid's workshop.
Hold on 1 second.
Yep.
Let me take a piss real quick, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So now I need to bring you all. Jesus Christ. Stand by, boys.
Yeah, because we would, just for sake of progress of the story, we would have went to the bedroom.
Yeah, I know. As what we'll do is we'll say, as these two conversations are kind of happening at the same time, right?
Yeah.
You guys are coming you're coming to the library holding this plate, and literally they're coming out of the library, and you all meet in the hall. Does that work?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay. Right.
Engage a
As
conversation with this man.
as you all are coming up the stairs and turning that corner, you all hear a door open, and you hear this teenage boy just going. He's just still just talking, and as you all turn, you all see Victor along with Jynx and Graven, and this must be your friends.
It is.
Which one of you is the wizard?
As that happens, no lie, it's a plate and sidestep. I'm like, here you go, buddy. That's for you. Enjoy that.
Oh, thank you. And he takes it.
Yep.
And he sets it down like in the hallway. There's like one of those little like coffee table things, you know what I mean? Like a mail table. He just like sets it down.
He's like, I'm not eating that.
But in
He's
reply,
like-
to say that would be me.
You too have an interesting obsession with the ethereal planes, do you? At least that's what your friend here said.
I said he may know more than I know.
My apologies. My name is Victor, by the way.
Torrin?
Oh. Hello. You were just so enthralled in conversation, I didn't want to. Sorry.
What's your name?
Xavath.
Oh, there it is. I thought your name was Hello because you said hello, and
I said my name.
Never mind. That was a bad joke. Don't. he brushes it off.
Jynx kind of
Torrin.
behind him, under his breath. Jynx kind of goes, "I get jokes wrong all the time too."
Just from this fucking 5-second interaction, Torrin is already dreading what is about to come out of his mouth.
You all. I'm not gonna pull you guys like upstairs because it's just another fucking room. There's nothing wowy about it. At least not yet. I might if I need to, but for right now I don't need to. As he takes you all into what appears to be like a master bedroom, and there is a drop down. One of those like stowaway attic doors, right? Like we all know those are. He pulls it down and it goes up. Hold on.
Finest BDSM dungeon. Attic.
While we're doing this, I would try to get Jynx's attention by signing to him. Did you find the book?
Your mic keeps cutting out. You get real quiet, and then it comes back.
I would sign to Jynx to say, "Hey, did you find the book?" Just offhand, after getting his attention, just to see if he saw anything.
I would send message back, and I would say it's in the kid's hands.
Be an audible. Oh.
Retcon.
Oh.
Wrong manor. My apologies. There's actually a staircase that goes up to the attic. This is the wrong
Trapdoor. Got it.
wrong manor. Sorry, boys. As you all go up the stairs, he pulls a key out, and there is a wooden door with a large skull carved into the wood. And hanging from the doorknob is a wooden sign that reads, "All is not well."
Ooh.
That's ominous.
He's angsty. Fuck his dad.
He's an emo kid.
Yeah. But as he does, in fact, open the door, you all are greeted with a very just old and dusty room with old mismatched furniture. There are a few tables with thrown pieces of parchment on which strange diagrams are drawn, and a freestanding bookshelf holds a collection of various bones. They look like animal bones. A dusty rug covers the floor in front of a pine box, on which lounges a skeletal cat. And as you all come into the room, this skeleton cat kind of like looks up and does like that stretch that cats do, and just an audible just meow comes out of this skeleton.
Anything magical in this room? Detect magic would likely still be up.
The cat.
That's it? Okay.
The cat
and the spell book, obviously.
And there also is in the southwest corner of the room, there is a ritualistic circle on the floor.
Okay. And that is giving off a magical aura as well.
It is.
And
what school is teleportation?
Mm-hmm.
Which one is that? Right. Okay.
Your all's wizard would recognize it immediately. Like Rand's mutation?
It is conjuration.
Conjuration. I've been out of this for too long as far as schools of magic go.
Same.
That's yeah. But Torinn, you would immediately recognize this as not only is it a teleportation circle, this thing is like perfect. Like this is one of the most immaculate teleportation circles you've ever seen created in person. Like this kid knows his shit. It's like as Torinn, as you take a second to look around, you kind of take in just the entire situation. You have this kid teenager, but nonetheless kid, who has not only created a teleportation circle, but also has an animated fucking dead cat in his room. Like, this isn't like a normal, like, you would recognize that these are very experienced fucking spells to do. There is also I didn't mention it, and I'm sorry, boys. In the one corner, there's like a pile of like books stacked, and there is a mirror that is leaning over on that pile as well. I just want to paint the whole fucking picture for you guys.
With the mirror, I'd be like side-eyeing Torinn, like,
Hey, I'm still checking out this fucking. This thing on the fucking floor.
As you all walking and taking around the room, Victor immediately walks over to the cat skeleton, and just says, "How are you today, my Mierka?" And pets the spine of this bony ass fucking cat. And this thing literally just acts just like my cat's, tries to rub up against, and you can hear the bones of the skeleton just scrape across his the fabric of his actual fucking shirt. And it just meow. And he picks him up and turns around to you all. And he says, "This is Mierka. It's my childhood cat." Oh,
He has a friend that he can't see anymore.
yeah.
Why is that?
She grew ill, and my father's worried that I too might catch that. What that is, I don't know. She just rapidly started deteriorating a few months back. And he awkwardly tries to steer the conversation away from, not in a shady way, but he just, you can tell it's hitting him emotionally. He's not choking up, but he's like, I don't want to do that. He goes, but it's fine. Who needs friends when you have books? I just would rather spend my time studying.
I used to say the same thing.
Minecraft.
I'm going to rock the boat, boys, and I'm sorry. Who's in the mirror?
He looks at you in the mirror.
Yeah, Jynx also looks over, confused as shit. Like, what?
Inside check on the kid.
Guide yourself.
That's an 11.
I'm not sure what you're talking about. It's just a mirror, and he walks over to it, and it's faced to where the reflective side's faced away from you guys, and he pulls it around, and as he does, you see very quickly a silhouette of what appears to be a young woman, and as he's turning it, right? And by the time it comes fully around, there's nothing there.
Is the mirror magical at all? Can I see anything coming off of it?
You don't. It's not. It's one of those it's not just one thing.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I assumed.
And he says, "I see. It's just a mirror." And he hits on it, and it's an old mirror that belongs to my mother, and it used to be down in the her gathering lounge, right when you come in, the first door on your left-hand side. She had it removed for a new painting that's coming in of the family, and so they didn't know what to do with it. And with me studying, I decided that if nothing else, I would hold on to it, as mirrors can be windows into different planes.
This one very well may be that. That mirror is magical.
Magical.
Indeed.
And I asked you this question because I've been told that there was someone being seen in the mirror, and that's why they removed the mirror, not because of a painting.
He is looking. He's that kid who knows he has weed on him, and the cops are fucking
right on top of him. They're right. They know he has something, but
yeah. And he's like,
they're not sure. We're not.
I
here-
promise you, it's a mirror. It's a mirror.
I'm not here to fight with you or anything like that. Your dad just asked us to try to help to find out what it is. You got people leaving your house, man. Like it don't look good.
Give me a persuasion.
Can I
While
help
she's
him
doing
with
that, can I?
Yeah, I would say at advantage, since you guys as a group are like, dude, it's a teenage boy against a fucking group of you all, and he knows he's fucking,
Caught.
he's at least not like, yeah.
That is a 17.
Kind of takes a step back and like sets the mirror back down the way he had it. Okay. If come clean, you can't tell my dad.
That's going to depend on what you tell us.
Yeah, you gotta understand. It's outside of this door. It's give one thing, get a one thing. We wouldn't have been allowed inside the library without. What would you like us to tell him at that point?
There's nothing special with the mirror. It's illusions. It's been me. I've purposely tried to destroy what my father has built. I've been the reason for the gust of winds. I've been practicing this thing called thaumaturgy, and it's gotten out of hand. I just went with it, and then the ghost story started, and I can't get in trouble.
I may have a proposition that benefits both parties. We do have a holy man here within our group, Xavath. Who's to say that we didn't identify the ghost in the mirror? Our religious friend here performed an exorcism of sorts and got rid of the ghost. You can vouch for us. And the only thing I ask in return is you allow us to look through your book. The ghost issue goes away. Your father's happy.
You don't get in trouble.
That's fine. I just you have to understand that he really doesn't like magic being used within the halls. And that's what I fear most. I don't want to have to deal with Isaac. I can't. I can't.
Hey, calm down. Calm down. An exorcism technically is not magic. We will not say a word about your practicing of magic. Though if anything happens after we leave this place, you're on your own on that one. I would just suggest that you be smarter about what you're doing and practicing. And again, the only thing that I ask is you let us read through your book.
That's perfectly fine. It's just and he opens it up. It's just my spell book.
Jynx holds his one hand out and says, "May I?"
He hands it over.
As soon as Jynx takes it, his spider fingers come up out of the nub he has and just starts flicking through the pages, reading the whole fucking thing, scanning the whole fucking book.
Just like I'm instantly like, oh
Like
my
Jynx
God.
goes completely focused. The rest of the world doesn't exist right now. He is only on this book, nothing else.
Don't
Seeing
read into
that-
what's happening with him.
This doesn't even really phase Victor. Like Victor's just like, oh shit, please don't tell my dad. Right? He's in that mode.
Oh, cool, spider fingers.
Yeah. He's like, whatever, man. Whatever. Like,
Right. Just don't tell my dad you saw me with weed, okay?
Yeah, I don't want Uncle Isaac to get me in the closet. No, thank you. Like, as you kind of go through it, it's literally just a spell book. I can get you a list of the spells. I don't have it readily available. I know what
I'm
they
not.
are, though.
I'm not worried about any of that.
It's literally just spells. You see Animate Dead, which makes sense because he has a cat skeleton.
Yeah.
Right. Um,
Nothing
Nothing.
indicating what the symbol on the front might be.
Nothing at all. The only thing of note is as you flip to the back page, there is a signature, and it is a name. You know, people used to sign the books that they own. It says it's just signed Khazan.
Khazan, Khazan.
Ahazan.
Okay. Okay. Since our holy man's gone for the moment, once I finish reading this thing, I'll hand it back to him and I'll ask him, who's Khazan? Does the symbol on the front of the book mean anything to you?
Not necessarily. From what I understand, this book originally belonged to a mage by the name of Khazan.
Damn.
The symbol on the cover apparently is his personal sigil. My father came of this book, I think, roughly 3 years ago, and since then I've took it from his library and I've used it to teach myself
Magic.
a lot of what I've known now.
Were there already spells in it when you got it?
Yeah, I haven't added anything. I personally don't know how to translate or transcribe new spells. Everything in this book is exactly how I found it. From the little research I've been able to do on this Khazan, I guess long ago he built some sort of power within the lands of Barovia, which he imbued with powerful enchantments that. And he stops for a second. That include a protective force field to prevent others from casting magic. I don't know. I've searched the library high and low, and I can't find very much
What-
on him.
Can I do a check to see if I recognize what he's on about?
Like
In
what
what way?
type of spell?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to
Would
help
you
with
want-
that because I am proficient in Arcana.
I would like
Sing.
to dance.
Would it be all right with you if my wizard friend here copied some of these spells down in his book? He may be able to teach you in that process on how to do it.
He kind of like takes the book and like holds it tight. He's like, I've given too much already. If you want more, a deal needs to be made.
Well, the deal
Okay.
was already made. We don't tell Vargas about your musings, and we get to look through your book, which
And
we did.
you look through it. That was that deal. If you want another deal, we need to make a new deal.
What are you looking for then?
What are you looking for? I'm not
Spells in the book.
stupid. You didn't just come here to look for random objects, and you are hyper focused on my book. What about this book?
I don't like the hostility in your voice.
I don't like being lied to or tricked.
haven't lied to you or tricked you. Withheld truth, sure, but we didn't lie to you.
What is it then? If we were going to have a mutual understanding and arrangement, I think truth needs to be at the utmost standard. Be honest with me, and we can move forward. Otherwise, I ask you to leave.
Oh, it was a 25 on Arcana.
Immediately, it's some sort of anti-magic field. You would know that usually this takes, if we're talking about something that's strong enough to be like a tower, like if it's the whole tower, there is a serious like focus somewhere in there, whether it's a stone, a pearl, or there's something that can hold that type of like energy consistently, right? You have a pretty good idea what the fuck, like, at least the spell would be. And you know if you could find this object, that if you could destroy it, obviously, just like relics and runes, if you destroy the runes, it breaks the spell, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I would look over at the group and collectively make eye contact with everyone and just say, what do we do here?
He speaks up. I assure you, I mean no ill will. I just, I've been quite honest and I've been very vulnerable with you all, and I would like to continue this conversation, but I need the truth.
I
So,
completely understand your position, but there's also information we have that we aren't entirely sure we're willing to share.
so you know we're not from around here, right, Kilo?
One look at you, and I can tell that you all aren't from Vallaki or even Barovia, and I don't mean any insult by that, but you all do not dress the way we do.
Do you know how we got here?
Not in particular. I've heard stories through the years, and you all obviously aren't the first I've seen come through here. But if I had to guess, it would be something to do with a creeping fog or a mist that essentially forced you here. Most likely by the hands of the devil himself.
So you understand why we are very reluctant to give any information to you.
I understand that, but
Hold
you
on.
are.
Hold on. But we are literally trying to go home. When you get involved in other people's lives as they start to bring you into theirs, there are just some things that you do to help. I'm not asking you to give me anything, right? At this point, I figured out what your father asked us to figure out, right? I'm done with that. Jynx came up with a plan for us to not even involve you, and that you yourself could help us persuade him that it's done. And now you're free to do whatever you got to do to continue your path. But we got a path that you can't be involved in. If your father doesn't even want you out walking in the streets, you can't be around us.
He makes an excellent point, Victor. It is very dangerous what we're involved with.
Well, that's perfect.
The
What I'm
answer's no,
trying to
kid.
what I'm trying to get is we're gonna go. Your secret's safe with us.
All right. If that's how you want to play it. I for the record, I didn't ask to come with you. Just saying, if you want more answers, I need things from you.
What other answers are you offering? I mean, that's not even. We don't even know what you're trying to barter right now. I'm sure that between the four of us, we could offer quite a bit and help you with all kinds of things. But what answers do you have that we're looking for?
Well, I'm not too sure, but as the son of the ruler of the largest and safest city in Barovia, I know the lands quite well. I know the people quite well. Surely there's something that you all could find value from me.
And Jynx would look over at Torinn and say, I don't know if there's anything in the book that you could use spell-wise. I know you can do that. And Jynx kind of wiggles his fingers at him.
Yeah.
But
mind you, the other ones were spider fingers, so it's two different hands.
yeah, two of them. One hand was spider fingers, the other was actual fingers.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
yeah,
Hey,
Jynx doesn't even pay attention to it.
I would be willing to teach him how to transcribe spells, but I mean, like I said, I don't even know what you're trying to offer us here.
He stops
You
for
gotta
a
get better
second,
at selling yourself, kid.
and he takes a deep breath. I'm a collector, much like my father. But I don't care of books. I care of artifacts. I'm willing to let you copy out of my book. And he stops, and like he's hesitant. If you would agree to bring me back any artifacts found from a location that I am quite interested in.
What's the location?
The tower, of course. In particular, there is a staff that I am interested in. The staff is rumored to essentially allow me to bring back any creature or being in its original live state. For years, I've searched for a way to bring Mierka back. Rumor has it that Khazan built this staff, and the staff is so powerful that he could summon it just by speaking his name. So powerful that it was a piece of him. And I'd give anything, and I mean anything, have it so I could bring Mierka back.
Listen, kid, I appreciate the love you have for your animal. And the fact that you're trying to do what you can to make it happen. While I don't personally necessarily understand the emotion behind it, I know that my friends here do. But I gotta be honest with you, what you're asking is worth a whole hell of a lot more than transcribing a few spells out of an old book.
you have to understand, we would be putting ourselves in unknown danger just for an artifact.
Yeah, you seem to be getting way more out of this deal.
Just for a couple spells out of a book that Torinn might already even know.
Why are you so interested in my book? You still haven't answered that.
I'm not interested in it any longer.
All right. Well, then I guess, how do we proceed with what you're going to tell my father?
We made a deal, and we'll tell him what we agreed upon. We're men of our word.
We'll say our holy friend here from exorcism. Like Jynx said earlier, as long as you don't start pulling shit after we leave.
Would you be willing to trade the book for the staff? I don't mean to imply that I'm further interested in the book. I'm just curious as to what this staff means to you, because the book clearly means quite a lot.
He takes a second and he looks back towards Torinn. If you brought the staff back, you can have the book. Pending one request. Would you teach me how to copy spells into a new book? There's only a few that I would want out of it, one of which is animate. That way I could bring Mierka back if the staff doesn't work. Would you teach me how to do that? So I could start my own.
I have no problem with that.
I think as a
Sure.
sign of good faith, maybe we could teach you now. If Thorn is willing to do that.
Yeah, I've got no problem with that.
That can wait. Until the staff comes, the book stays with me. You have to understand that.
Understood. I'm not
Oh,
trying to take the book.
yeah.
Again, a good faith gesture doesn't benefit the person giving it.
All right, if you want to, that would be wonderful. Just that one spell. That's all I need right now. I don't. Good faith.
So,
Yeah,
table talk here, just real quick.
Mhm.
You can use that to copy animate dead into your spell book and use that as an opportunity to show him how to do it. So you're going to gain a spell out of this, and you're going to show this kid how to do it at the same time. Just to give you an idea what I'm trying to do for you.
Yeah. No, I was just asking if he's got a spell book, and also I'd sit him down. I'd copy it into my book and get him to follow how.
He's got plenty of books.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay. It would probably take about an hour, like the full hour. If you were just copying it, you could do it within 10 minutes. But since you're sitting here explaining how to go about this, and it's explaining that you have to have the different things to sacrifice, right? You have to have the gold, you have to have these things, and it takes time, and depending on how powerful the spell is, it takes longer, and these things, right? So I would say
as
that
simple as writing it down in another book and it working.
right, and I would say that after the hour, he has an idea of how to do it, but it's going to take him longer to do in his own time. But you've shown him how to do it. So now it's just a matter of him practicing it until he's able to get it down for himself. He agrees it's going to take him some time. What he tells you is he tells you a couple things, okay? Just for sake of brevity and how to get through this, right? So we can move on. He tells you that the tower can be found along a gravel causeway on Lake Baratok to the west. Baratok.
Got it.
Lake Baratok at what?
To the west.
To the west. He explains that he himself doesn't know how to necessarily get there because he isn't allowed to venture, but all literature seems to point that direction. He says while he doesn't know, he does know of someone who would know. And it's an individual by the name of Zoldarovich. You all, as soon as that name comes out,
Jynx knows him.
You all realize that, yes, Jynx has had many a conversation with him and his companion. They are the hunters from the bar, right?
The ones that I made the knife for.
Yep. So he goes on to explain that last year, Victor's dad made him go out with Zolar on one of these hunting adventures to make him manly, and he hated every fucking moment of it, right? But he does admire, while he detests the experience, he admires Zolar's fucking knowledge of Barovia and his hunting and trapping abilities and all of that, like, manly outdoor stuff, right?
Okay.
He,
We're men in tights.
yeah, there it is. There's the tights. He explains if you all want to talk to Zoldar, certain times he can be found here in town at the bar. If not, though, they have a essentially a ramshackle hut at the mouth of the Luna River to the west.
Okay.
Which him and his partner Yevgeny have turned essentially into a dressing shack for skinning, gutting, and butchering their kills, right? And he would tell you all to get there. You all just have to travel north past Valaki's Zarovich Gate, and then travel west along the shores of Lake Zarovich, which you all have seen Lake Zarovich, right?
Yeah, we're right next to it, basically. Right?
Yeah.
Fucked up crow and all that.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He says he also just tells you all that if
No face, no case.
the two spend most of their mornings checking their traps to capture game, but they're usually back by afternoon till dusk or dawn.
I'm sure we would find them at the bar at some point.
Yeah. Either way,
They'll be back. They're usually back at their hut
in the
in the
afternoon. In the
Okay.
afternoon
So-
till nightfall.
Okay, so then table talk, we can go straight there after leaving here, meet them, come back, go to St. Andrew's Church for the bone thing, do that tonight, and see where we're at when we're done with all that stuff.
I figured we would go back to Lavash and tell him and the Dusk Elf leader, whatever his name is.
Yeah, sure, we
about
can.
it.
We absolutely can. And all we're going to be able to tell them, though, is what the symbol might mean and where it's going to take us.
Well, the Dusk Elf might know more.
Maybe,
What
but
this
still,
kid's telling
we
us.
hit them on the way up to the shack, meet the hunters while we're there. Maybe we can convince them to take us there. Maybe we can just convince them to give us directions to get there. But if the ring was found with this symbol on the book, then it's looking to me like Arabelle's at the tower, or at least near it,
Yep.
right?
Right.
So we hit it hard first thing in the morning once we do the St. Andrew's Church shit tonight, and we head straight there in the morning to see if we can get Arabelle. Come back that night, hopefully. The next day is the festival, if I'm not mistaken.
Should be.
I think our
Two-
timeline's
2
kind of laid
days or
out for
some
us.
shit like that.
Yeah. I think our timeline's pretty much laid out for us right now. Does that sound good to everybody?
Yeah.
Good to me.
So I think we figured out our game plan moving forward. We're going to wrap up here. We're going to head out, talk to Lavash, let them know what we found. Go up and try to catch the hunters at the cabin this evening. Make our way back to St. Andrew's, do the bone thing tonight, and search the crypt. See what we can figure out there, and then we're going to have to long rest. We have to long rest before we go anywhere.
Yes.
Um,
Agreed.
The only other thing, as you all are having this conversation, and at this point, Victor's straight just dropped his bolt. Like, he's talking to you all the way that, like, okay, here's where we're at, right? Like, here's everything I'm throwing out.
Talking to us the same way we're talking to him.
Yeah, he would flip through the book that he has, and there's a couple notes that he's handwritten that, to you, when you were searching through, didn't mean shit.
Sure.
Right? But one of which he flips back through the spell book and shares that just giving you more more information on Khazan. Khazan once sought out the secrets of power at a temple and then, in quotes, forged of amber. According to his notes, it was previously guarded by an order of knights in the service of a dragon. But when Strahd conquered the valley, he slaughtered all of them.
That's the dragon cave. We gotta go look at it eventually.
Okay, got it.
Well, and a temple forged of amber. Pretty sure that was in your all's prophecies.
Yes, it was. We know. Yes.
It's actually really cool because the way you all are taking this just naturally flows into where the fuck you all ultimately have
Should
that done.
go.
It's dude, it's so good. It's so fucking good. As you all are leaving, he says, "Are you going to talk to my dad now, or are we kind of holding off on that?"
We'll let him know now.
And we performed an exorcism.
Yeah, Xavath, you want to give him a rundown so he can speak to it like he was there?
Yeah, so essentially, I would, and you'll see me grab the amulet, and the amulet itself will start to light up.
Jynx will interrupt real quick and say, you know what? Maybe to make it believable, we should just walk through one. And if we have to get loud while we're doing it, it can just sell it a little bit easier for us. And he'll see it.
We can do the theatrics, but I don't think it's necessarily, if anything. I don't know how religion necessarily works, but if you all just tell him that the Morning Lord helped us, he won't second guess any of it. He's a fool.
That may lean more on me then. And Jynx will pull the medallion out of his pouch and put it over his head and go ahead and wear it, actually, just to help sell that a little more.
Yeah, it would be a tandem thing because I would be doing part of it, and then his would be the final part that pushed everything out. As we noticed that whatever wasn't working.
And why usually, and correct me if I'm wrong, usually these entities are tied to an object, correct? Or
it would be more so what we channel it through. If that makes sense. It's
no,
like your spell book. Yeah?
I see. Okay. I just want to make sure all the bases are covered in case he asks questions. That's all.
Sure.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah. Do you want me to come with you all?
You don't have to, but I will say, if he does come up here to see what's going on.
No, that's fine. I'll come with you. That's perfectly fine.
Okay.
That's perfectly fine. And with that, he opens the door and leads you all. Fucking cat. Leads you all downstairs. To the second floor. And he says, just wait here. He's probably in his study. And he goes and peeks his head in one door, not there, goes to another door, peeks in and goes, Father? Your acquaintances would like to have a word with you. And he steps out into the hallway, kind of half through the door. So, did you find what you were looking for in the library?
Well, as I told you
We
before, we weren't looking for anything in particular. We were just taking in the magnificence that is your library. An interesting array of books up there.
It's thank you. It's taken a lot of connections to get some of those pieces of literature.
I'm sure it did. I have no doubts of that. More important information, I think my friend Xavath here may have something to share with you.
well, after speaking with Tereska, she did advise us that of just the story of what's been happening. She had suggested that it seemed as if there was a entity of some kind in a mirror that was stored away in the attic. We went up there and we saw what they saw. And from my own personal path, and I'll grab my amulet, it'll start to light up just a little bit, right? I started to cast a ritual to exorcise this thing. And in turn, it seemed like Jynx had to step in and he followed. And it looks like the Morning Lord helped us to get rid of it from your house.
I was simply a vessel.
Oh, well, that's wonderful news. All's well will be well. And what happened to the mirror? And before anybody could say anything, Victor speaks up. But it's been broke. It was shattered in the process. But as Victor speaks up and swears that this thing was broke, Vargas looks at you all for approval. So the problem's gone then.
Yes. You should no longer have any issues.
Well, I guess that's another reason for the celebration this week. I see it. Everyone questions, and he just goes into his normal, the same fucking prolific bullshit you all have heard five times.
While he's doing this, I'm going to cast message to Victor and ask, what's with the purple light that came up there? Was that you two?
He responds back. I guess we'll never know.
I'm going to cast message again and say, if you burn us, the deal's off.
He goes, I won't burn you, but it's a lost soul. She's harmless.
There you go.
Should an actual exorcism X. Oh well.
He's being honest with you.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I'll leave it alone.
He would message you back again and say, I'll take care of it from here. Thank you.
Okay.
But yeah, the Baron says that's wonderful news. And thanks you all. And says you all are more than welcome to come back anytime. And can't wait to see you all at the festivities here in a couple days. And he might have a surprise for you all. As a thank you.
Big to the bitches.
I hope that I'm not pressing my luck here by asking this, but in the event that we are in need of some assistance that only one of your position could provide, may we ask?
Kind of looks inquisitively.
What you mean by that?
Care to be a little more detail oriented.
And Jynx will just bear it all, and he'll flat out say, honestly, I don't have anything specific in mind. We do tend to find ourselves in pickles rather frequently. They're often of our own making. But in the event that we are on something, so we have caught a scent, for lack of a better term, that may ultimately help Vallaki. If we need assistance, could we just come ask?
As you say that, he's waving you off. If it's in the name of Vallaki, of course. The only thing I ask is discretion. Please don't go spreading rumors around town. If there's an issue or you think there's a problem or a potential problem, please just come directly here.
Of course, we would come straight to you first.
That is all I ask. Ask before action. That's the only
Where
thing
possible, absolutely.
What I understand, certain instances require action immediately, but if possible, please come talk to me and whatever resources that I or the town have, 100%.
Thank you.
Of course, thank you. You all were able to fix this a lot quicker than I expected, and I truly am grateful. If you ever need to come back to the library, you're always welcome to come read my literature.
Thank you. I think we were all a bit surprised at how fast this came to a conclusion.
Yes, that's if your all's current gig ever falters, maybe you should look into exorcising ghosts and dealing with the supernatural.
In response to that, Jynx is going to reach over and just kind of pat Victor on the back and say, don't overlook talent you have close to home either.
Vargas goes, oh? And Victor, tightens up, Okay. He kind of inquisitively just says, oh?
He's just a smart young man, that's all.
Very studious.
Very.
And, well, coming from such a prestigious bloodline as
There it is.
myself, and he kind of, does that bolster about that.
Yeah.
Because of course, I'm very proud of him, even if he is weird. I mean that in a loving way, son. He says it very awkwardly.
Yeah.
Sometimes weird is a good thing. My compatriots here look at me as weird. And I take it as a compliment myself. And while the bloodline may have influenced this young man, I think that he has taken the bull by the horns, for lack of a better term, and really run with his abilities and leaned into his speciality.
I can't wait for him to take over and continue the heritage of Vallaki. And as he says that, you all kind of look over and Victor rolls his eyes very subtly, I don't want any of this, but I'm here right now. Fuck you.
I need to leave.
Yeah. Yeah, clearly his dad's never seen his sign that's anti-fucking all well on
Right.
the fucking door. But, okay. You guys are good to go
Did
here.
you do?
Yeah.
That's right.
Al,
Yeah.
we'll walk Ireena back to her brother at the inn and then get the fuck out of town. Go see the Vosh.
Okay.
Absolutely sloshed is Ismark.
Yes.
How the fuck you pronounce it?
As
Ismark?
you all come back down, Ireena stayed in the library. When you guys went upstairs, she just didn't.
Yeah, I realized. I was like, "Yo, she was not with the other two."
No. She knew you guys were doing shit. She doesn't want to be. The less she knows, the better for her, right? In case she gets captured. As you all come back down, she meets up with you all. She goes, "Well, we all left fully intact. That's a good sign. Hopefully we can say the same for my brother."
Oh boy.
I think I lost some brain cells during that.
Yeah, Jynx goes straight back to his dry, awkward self and just goes, doubtful.
There it is. There it is.
Like, I look at her and I'm like, he's been holding in a lot. Just let him
Yeah.
be.
Yeah, I thought he was going to
told
short
you.
circuit earlier.
I told you I can put it away when I have to.
Yeah,
You did good,
Yeah.
Jinx. You did
Yeah.
great.
We call it masking.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is.
Hello.
hanging around the normies.
You just do one of these. No. You don't extend.
Right,
Wrong
keep it
angle,
short,
wrong
keep
Don't go
it
angle.
too far.
short. Keep it short. Keep it
Whoa,
short.
whoa.
God damn it. God.
Keep it short.
Keep it short.
It's always short, babe. That's part of my problem.
Yeah. We're
Oh, the
staying at a
charm.
45,
Yeah,
but
hey.
it's short.
Yeah. With the finger and everything.
Yes. All right. You all start walking.
I just imagine now when fucking Jinx pulls out his spider hands, just one of the pincers
a little
is just
shorter than the
half
others.
Yeah,
half
one
the
of
length.
Yeah, 100%. It's on his right hand too.
What is that? 10? 9.5?
It's over there, but not too far.
It's half the distance that you think.
It's a short distance away.
It's right over there.
Um,
God
you all probably spent like an hour and a half at the manor. So we'll say it's like 3:34. Right, we're getting to that point where nighttime's a coming. As you all get closer to the inn itself, you guys are kind of used to the nightly roar at this time that the inn becomes. It seems to be like the local watering hole where everybody comes, even if they don't drink, just to conversate.
camaraderie.
You know what I mean? Just to hang out. Before you all even hit the door, like as soon as you hit the steps into this place, from inside, you hear Ismark just going off. Not in a bad way.
Singing?
He's you can't make out what he's saying, but he seems to be taunting. And like that, like think like Boondock Saints, like Irish bar fucking just like going the fuck off, right? Like just shit talking.
Hearing the chaos inside, Jinx's autistic ass is going to stay outside.
As you all approach, Ireena just kind of sighs and goes, I've got him. He's not starting shit, but he gets rowdy, and I've got him.
Is there a message you'd like us to give Lavash? He knows you, apparently.
She kind of looks. What do you mean?
Well, when we told him that we came here with you, he immediately trusted us. I only assumed that you two were close in some way.
Oh, I've
He didn't know you were in town.
Well, that makes sense. Again, it just comes back to the difference between Vallaki and Barovia is we never turn our backs on fellow Barovians. Clearly, you've met the Burgomaster. He doesn't believe the same. Us of the village of Barovia believe that we all play a role and we're all equal. They've just been family friends for quite a while. We've helped them. They've helped us. Obviously, Madame Eva, prime example.
Of course.
But I haven't seen him in a while, and yeah, it is true. I would love to go out and see them, but you have to understand, it's quite challenging for somebody of
your stature to be seen with people like them in this place.
In a way, yes. I don't like to put it like that, but yes, everybody
understand.
around here knows me, and that's why I love the encampment by the Sair pools. Every once in a while, they'll come down that way, and that's usually where I get to spend time with all of them. When it's here, I have to have a certain image.
I understand, and I pieced that together already, which is why I offered to deliver a message for you if you would like. If not, that's quite all right. But
No,
I'm
that's
going there.
perfectly.
Blinksy says hi too.
I love
I also-
Blinksy.
I'll ask a
Speaking
quick
of
question.
which, go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask because of Blinksy. Last session, did you not tell Ireena about the doll?
I was just about to do that.
Okay.
So, speaking of Blinksy, thank you, Gravin. Are you aware that someone asked him to make a replica of you, a small doll?
Let me guess, it was Strahd.
Nope.
No.
She looks puzzled.
Isaac commissioned Blinksy to make a.
As soon as you say Isaac, she just hawks a loogie and spits.
Yes.
Oh, and I joined because that's just a natural. Yeah, fuck
Yeah,
these
no,
people.
I agree. Even I could identify that it was icky, but I figured I would let you know.
Jake spits
A
oil on the floor.
7-foot fucking robot going, that's icky.
Yeah,
I
icky.
love it.
Icky.
Icky. I love it. That's it.
But there's no other way to describe it.
No,
That's
not
just.
Not at all. Not at
She
all.
was,
we just figured we would let you know.
that's and she kind of like shudders. Thank you. I don't know why he would want to doll. This wasn't a full size doll, was it?
No, it's,
No,
it's
it was rather
miniature.
small, but it did look
But it was-
exactly like you.
Armor and everything.
It had a slit in the bottom. No,
God
There it is.
damn.
I that's peculiar. I don't know why he would want a doll that looks like me. Him and I do not speak. That man is the worst excuse for a creature. He's not even a man. He is the scum of scum. And whatever hell he came from, he needs to go back.
Damn.
Maybe
but,
he will by the end of their time here.
That does lead me to maybe have a pit stop tomorrow and talk to Blinksy myself. That's peculiar. I don't like that. I know he makes stupid dolls of
Weird shit.
Strahd, and he
Weird
does.
shit. Yeah.
It's not weird. It's just.
Oh, it's weird. It's weird.
No, it's-
It may not be weird to you, but it's weird.
Well, and then this whole land's weird.
It is. Yes.
Yes,
Fucking
it is.
crazy.
Four distant travelers.
Everyone's just
This
like,
place-
nope.
No, sister,
This
this
shit's
place
fucked
is
up.
fucked. This is fucked out here.
I've
But,
lived 4 centuries, and this is the fucked up most shit I've seen.
Right. God.
Well, that in particular is interesting. That actually, if you could talk to Lavash, he has a friend named Casimir.
We met him.
Could you ask him why somebody might want a doll that looks like somebody else? I'd be curious to know what he
Absolutely.
would say.
Absolutely.
He-
I will return that with a request of my own, though.
Certainly.
So we are working for Lavash at the moment. Did we tell her about Arabelle being missing? We did, right? As you know, Arabelle has gone missing, and Jan, whatever the guy's name is, They found his decapitated body down by the river, but they also found Jan in town, alive and well. And I am puzzled by that. I immediately went to a few different creatures I'm aware of that could mimic someone like that, but it doesn't appear that that is the explanation. I don't know. I don't expect you to know the answer, but if
Uh,
you could do a little research, perhaps for us.
maybe have you talked to Lavash about this?
Yeah, we did. Lavash is the one that informed us about the information.
And he didn't say.
He finds it strange as well. I'm not looking for that. I'm just looking for a potential explanation. Lavash knows of the situation. He informed us. I'm just looking for something to explain what's going on because it doesn't make sense even to me.
All right. I'm not quite sure how I'd get that information, but
If you can't, that's all right.
if I can come across, I might have a couple tricks up my sleeve, but let me see what I can do.
Okay. Just let us know.
Of course. In the meantime, and you all hear just the rambling that's going on in the bar.
And please go get your brother.
I have a wild animal to tame.
Indeed you do.
Like a piece of pie.
Well, we're leaving.
As she walks inside, I'm gonna poke my head in and just see if Zoldar or Yevgeny are in there by chance.
You don't see either of them.
Okay, I didn't think so, but I just wanted to make sure while we were here.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, with us walking back to the encampment, during that time, whatever you want to say after this is fine. I would discuss, now that we know potentially that the symbol found on the ring belongs to Khazan and the whole necromancy thing. Maybe that's what Jan is.
Yeah, but they duplicated his body though. Necromancy
Memories.
reuses old parts.
And you could just put an old head on a different body.
Maybe. I don't know.
That's terrifying to think of.
I mean, that's what a flesh golem is basically, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You're not
Like,
wrong.
what we could be looking at is something that keeps the memory. Well, it's his head,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Can we hit the blacksmith that has my hand on the way out of town?
yes, please.
You can. Yeah, you can.
So yeah, hit the blacksmith up and then go see Lavash.
Okay.
Coco, attack.
Check in on my hand.
Yeah.
Goddamn hand.
It's been
1 week
week
since
to
you
the
Yeah,
movie.
shut up. I hate all of you.
Let's go.
I didn't even say anything.
It's been.
I didn't either.
I did.
Yeah, but you thought it. You thought it, DJ.
I did not actually.
Well, you all totally have time. You catch the. You catch the blacksmith as he's wrapping up for the evening.
Give me my strong hand.
You were silver plating, right?
Silver inlay, yeah.
Okay.
And I offered to upgrade his forge for him.
So he has your hand ready for you.
What do you do?
How would you like to deal with payment?
Pay him what he asked for. It was like 5 gold or something.
Yeah, it was 5.
I'll just pay him.
Okay. And I'll let you. Are you gonna work on his forge now, or what? How do you want to deal with that?
You know what? Actually, you guys go ahead and go to Lavash. I'm gonna hang back and work on the forge for 30 minutes or something, and I'll meet you there. As soon as I get there, we can head out to the lake. One of you can stay back with me if you're more comfortable. I don't care.
Torinn, you stay. Grab and come.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I need more elf translators anyway. Shifty folk.
The best I can give you is giant.
That's fine.
So
Hmm.
while is he gonna let me work on it while after he's gone home? Like I'm out here
Yeah.
alone.
Yeah.
Looking
Uh,
at
He still has like, when I say wrapping up, like I mean like storefronts done. He still has work to do around there, but he
Yeah.
100% says you have no problem being here doing what you're gonna do.
Jynx would look at him and ask, while I'm working on the forge, I've already routed out and carved out the inlay spots on the other hand for the silver inlay as well. Would you mind if I played with the forge a little bit and tried to do the inlay myself while I'm upgrading it?
Do you have the material?
I do.
Perfectly fine with me. If you break it, just fix it.
Of course.
Bending.
Great. Thank you. I'll get to work on that. I'm going to start pulling out silver, and I'm going to go ahead and get it in there, melting and everything. Because when I prepped my hands for the inlay, but I did both of them. So
Yeah.
one's ready to go. The other one's just needs it poured, basically. So
Okay.
while I'm tinkering with the forge and upgrading it, I'll go ahead and start melting the silver that I have down to try and pour it in, see how I can do.
And I'm just
It's
there
gonna-
standing behind you, being that like father-son thing where I hand you the tools.
Oh, the flashlight.
So between the two things you're doing, I'm gonna say it's gonna take probably, and you can change your answer if you want to, but you would know that everything that you're trying to do at the same time is gonna take roughly like somewhere between 1 to 2 hours for you to do both.
Do we know how far it is from Lavash's encampment to where the hunters are staying? Roughly how long it takes to travel that distance?
So do you all have a map? Yeah, you do, right? Yeah, we got you a map the first,
I think
right?
so, yeah.
It would take roughly about an hour travel for you to get to where they're at.
Okay.
From
it's
Lavash.
From Lavash, yeah. So it's 3:30, 4 o'clock now. If I spent 2 hours on this, it would be 6-ish. And we'd be there by 7 to the hunters, roughly.
You're going to be getting there around nightfall.
Yeah, late evening, nighttime is when we were told they would be back.
Right.
So that would increase our chances of getting to them, and then we deal with them, do what we got to do, get right back into town to St. Andrews. Does that sound right?
Sure. I mean, we're heading out to the fucking encampment now anyway. So
Yeah.
that conversation's going to be. There you go. And then
Yeah,
you guys get there.
I'm just trying to make myself as prepped as I can be. I mean, I know one of us has a silvered weapon, but more than one would be helpful.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So, okay, yeah, I'll take the 2 hours if that's what it takes and get it done, and hopefully teach my wizard friend a little bit about metallurgy.
Metallurgy.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Fancy word.
All right. That's a new one.
So yeah, Torinn, you and I are inlaying silver into my hand, my left hand this time, and I'm upgrading the forge as best I can while doing that. Back to you two.
Travel.
Right. So you guys are.
That's the noise you have to make when you're traveling in D&D now.
Yeah.
Travel.
Look out, bandits!
You all go ahead and
Nice.
push northwest out of the gates.
That was southwest.
Northwest.
It's southwest. That's what you told us.
You told us south, buddy.
That's going down south.
Yeah, technically.
Going down to the south.
Yeah, I'm
That
thinking
way.
of the map because where everything. Okay.
Makes way
Anyways,
more sense.
all right. So you get back to Lavash. I'm sorry.
No, you're good, man. That's why I asked. I was like, wait a minute, you're starting to say some scary shit. I ain't about it. What shack? What shack are we going to?
Hold up.
Wait a minute.
G-Town.
So
Yeah.
we get to Lavash.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'd be like, hey, can you, once we get there, the first thing I say is, can you get Casimir here as well?
Of course.
I'd like to speak with all of you.
100%. He looks at one of the other guys that are in there and it's just, go get him quickly. About 2 minutes later, you hear the pedaling of feet coming up the hill and around. It's that same surround sound around the tent. Yeah.
Yeah, my mic keeps dropping every time I'm
yeah,
doing the sound. It sucks. Anyway,
yeah.
So when Casimir gets into the tent, I will tell him, we found what we were looking for, not in the way we thought it would be.
That contradicts itself as a statement.
Right. So, do you know who Khazan is?
He kind of looks puzzled. Through folklore, of course.
Do you know that he created a tower in that folklore? Is there anything stated about that?
At 100%. He the anti-magic tower where he controls. Yes, we're all familiar with the lore.
That's what the symbol is. On the ring is the symbol of Khazan. We have been told that, and I won't beat around the bush. We went to the Burgomaster. We bumped into his kid. His kid has a spell book of Khazan's. And yeah, he has been reading in it, studying it, going through it. We're trying to get the book. But he had tit for tat. He wants the staff of Khazan, which apparently is supposed to be filled with like super rise from the dead magic.
Necromancy.
And he thinks it's in this tower. Now, with that, just line of thinking, if there's some kind of cult following behind Khazan, they took your kid and your kid's at the tower.
Which we know where's at, by the way.
We don't. That's what we need the hunters for.
That's right. My bad.
I got you.
He goes, hold on. Khazan was killed centuries ago. That doesn't make any sense.
Someone who deals in necromancy, you really believe that they are completely gone? That's just my question. I don't know any better. Honestly, I don't.
The only thing that could possibly be would Khazan chased and ascended to lynchdom, but I don't. That doesn't make any sense here. He would control the land. That contradicts itself as a whole. Strahd runs this land. I don't necessarily think Khazan's been resurrected in some sort of way. We all know
somebody who's trying, maybe.
It's quite possible, but what would they want with a Vistani girl? That would.
I don't know, boss. I'm here telling you what we have found, and the things that line up.
No, I understand, and my apologies.
I understand that it sounds far-fetched and confusing, but this is what we got. And we also have a line to 2 hunters who know this area very well, and we're hoping that they have seen this tower, found it, whatever it is could lead us to it. We don't know what we don't know at that point, right? Like, I know that sounds very redundant, but
No, I completely understand. That is not what I thought you were gonna come back to me with. Did you find this in literature? Do you have proof of this?
Literature outside of it's a spell book that this kid has, and it has his name in it. And once he found the name, he started his own research. That's what he told us.
See,
Like the fact that he literally has a spell book of this person is wild in and of itself, considering he says they got the book a couple of years ago.
It-
Like, where would he get it from?
I, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm very familiar with the story of Khazan, but it's never been proven. He looks legitimately confused. Like, not in like a what, but like a hold up, wait a minute kind of way. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like he's not disregarding what you're saying. He's just like, stop. What? Like that's not at all what I figured. And he makes the comment. He goes, "What? What are you gonna tell me next? That the fucking Amber Temple's real? Like, this is all hearsay. It's
He says
About
that, and I
that.
just stare at him, and I'm like, yeah.
About that.
so you know where the Amber Temple is.
I have a pretty good idea.
Not it, not exactly, but we have, like he said, a pretty good idea. If that's a real thing, then everything else that Matt and Mava told us is a real thing.
And the Clan of Dragons, where are they? They've been wiped out since Strahd came to power. There are parts of the story that don't make sense.
We've met on undead knight of the order coming out this way, and he told us where they are.
He kind of just like shakes his head. You've met a revenant
Yeah,
of the Silver Dragon.
yeah. We also have our friend that came with us, the Dragonborn, the Torinn, the biggin, came with us the last time. He has a pendant, the silver dragon that we found. It's not a full pendant, so I don't think there's anything of it, but we have one to the point where it's like cold to the touch. Doesn't hurt, but it's cold, like if it's been in ice.
So you've been to Arvin Gulshold then?
Not yet. That's kind of on our list of things to do.
Oh, I hate
It's
to
a
tell you,
lot.
but that fortress is in ruins. There's nothing there. I apologize for. I apologize if I come off a little cynical, but you have to understand you're literally repeating a century-old story as fact.
Which I get, but the fact that we've been put on a series of events that we have no idea what it means to you, but this is what we ran into, right? Like at this point, however improbable, this is what happened.
That's perfect. I'm not questioning your validity. So where's Arabelle?
The only thing that we could assume, based off of just whatever small bit of information we have gathered, if there is a reason that they would have done so, whether it's a cult, whether it's some maniac that is mad at Lavash and Aragol, or you, I don't know. But what we do know is that this ring, that ring that you have, is a symbol of Khazan, whatever that means to you. And the fact that it's here now, something else is happening. Outside of all the other stuff, meaning
The other
Strahd,
stuff.
Strahd, and all the other weird shit that happens with him, right? This is something else now. Like, is it cult? Is it Strahd just being a dick? Like, we don't know. But this is what we gathered. And our friends are doing something in town, and then they will meet us here, and then we were going to go find the hunters. See if we can convince them to potentially help us find this plot of land, this tower, or even the fucking temple. I don't know.
I thank you. Apologies if I come off brash. That's
Hey man, I'm just giving you facts that we collected.
no, it's perfectly fine, and I apologize for my reaction. What do you need from us?
I mean, you guys have hunted this land. You know your surrounding area as best as you could. Any kind of direction that you can think of that I could bring to these hunters and say, hey, based on where this situation happened and the markings and the tracks went in a certain direction, do you believe this or that?
Sure.
Just a rundown.
Do you have a location for this tower?
I don't recall, honestly. I can't remember if you told us.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, very good. Great, cool. I don't remember.
I'll give it to you. Lake Barak.
Oh, that's right. I
Baraka.
wrote it down.
Lake Baraka.
Yeah, I will ask. If there's a good stopping point coming up, I wouldn't mind taking it because eyes are getting fucking heavy.
Yeah. I watched you. It's to the west. I did write it down. It's a gravel causeway going towards Lake Baratok.
He would agree. Lake Baraka is to the west. He would warn you that the further west you go, the more dangerous the land is. That's really all he has.
Oh, I know who you were throwing the finger to. I saw it.
Hey,
I
man.
saw him. Poor Benny. Just laying there. Minding his business.
Chill. He exists. But no, I that's fine. If you guys want to pause here for the evening, that's perfectly fine. He would tell you, like, he would validate everything that you have so far, but he doesn't know how to get there. Like, they don't travel west. If anything, he would tell you that the Vistani do not go further west than Vallaki.
Can we end the session by everybody meeting up at
Yes.
Lavash's camp?
Yes.
Yeah.
How well did I do the silver? Do you want to roll for that or anything?
No, it works. You're pouring silver. You're just coating your hands in silver, dude. Like,
Okay.
it's.
And I upgraded the forge pretty well.
Yeah, that's fine. That's
Okay.
fine.
I'm going to leave a little like knapsack with like 15 gold in it, just outside the forge for this guy, as a thank you for letting me use his stuff and upgrading my hand and just everything, just as a thank you.
Okay.
Because no bad blood. And then we're gonna go meet up with them.
Okay. Then we can end session. With all of you meeting up, you all pop into the tent. as this conversation's wrapping up. And you guys are set to go. And we can end session there. You can stop recording if you want. Thank you for playing my stupid little game.